We start. See, last class I spoke of Apis. Must be we have spoken almost some 4 hours, if I am right. And what exactly we spoke in the last 4 hours regarding Apis is very important. We'll have a quick recall. We'll have a quick recall and we'll try to. You can sit there. So we'll try to have a quick recall what we try to understand, and hopefully we'll try to finish the remedy Apis Mellifica. Okay. Now what did we do? What was done in the last 4 classes? Very good. We spoke of sphere of action. Absolutely right. Pathogenesis. Ailments from thermals. Yes. We spoke of particulars. We also spoke of modalities. Very good. See, if you remember, under the heading introduction, I told you a lot of things. Like for example, sphere of action, pathogenesis, ailments from. They all common name, prover, which year. All those things we discussed under the heading introduction. Okay. And if introduction is clear, next we spoke about the characteristic symptoms. There were plenty of symptoms in Apis Mellifica. Out of those plenty of symptoms we had, there were few which were very, very peculiar, okay, which were very, very rare, queer, uncommon. So those symptoms we made a list and I explained you under PQRS. Hope this is clear. One last time, any doubts you have related to this, please feel free, so that we will take up the doubts and then I will continue with a very important part of Apis. Okay. Now we also spoke of particulars. Many of you rightly said, what is a particular symptom? A symptom pertaining to a particular part. From head to toe, we exclusively saw what Apis Mellifica can produce in proving. And I also gave you a small clue. To understand particular symptoms, you have a small method or you have a small formula. What was that formula we discussed? Keep the sphere of action, keep the ailments in mind, the PQRS, and of course the modalities. If you have a knowledge of all these things, then particular symptoms will become easy. Okay. And of course the allied subjects, anat, physio, pharmacy, and all those things. Okay. Now, any questions related to what we spoke? It's a common thing I'm asking all of you. Any questions? No. Okay. See, if everything related to this part is clear, then we'll explore a very interesting part in Apis Mellifica. And this interesting part is the mind of Apis Mellifica. Okay. So this is what in homeopathy we call the mental symptoms of Apis Mellifica. Now, we have different ways of understanding the mental symptoms. Okay. And I am trying to introduce you to one method, and this method is not a scientific method, but for a student, if you understand the mentals through this method, you can remember this much better in your future. Okay. Now, what is that I am trying to tell you here is, I am just asking you a very simple question. What behavior of Apis Mellifica, or we will make it very simple, what behavior of honeybee you are all aware of? Yeah, very good. Okay, I mean, yeah, I am happy you are coming up with some right answers. One of your friends says jealousy, the other friend says they are workaholic, they are revengeful. Fine. Now what made you think of revengeful? Yeah, fine. If you disturb, it stings. Fine. One of your friend used the word anger. They are very irritable creatures. They doesn't want to be disturbed. They doesn't want to be touched. If you go meddle with it, if you go touch with it, naturally it will start stinging you. Fine. Bee sting. It will start stinging you. So a creature in the nature which is hardworking and many times we should have heard of this English word your teacher, your parents would have used, busy bee. Busy bee, busy bee, meaning you are busy like a bee. So bees are known to be very busy creatures, and rightly said by your friend, bees are known for jealousy. Now what is the jealousy you want to talk of in Apis mellifica? The honeybee. Honeybee is the most jealous creature available on the universe. It is not what I have said, I have taken it from Google. Fine. It is the most jealous creature, it seems. Now what is the jealousy you have in Apis? Fine. We will try to explore. So few things you have tried to tell me here is, they are very busy, they are irritated, they are angry, there is lot of jealousy in Apis. Okay. Now the next question that comes up is, can we correlate the same with the mental picture of Apis mellifica? Yes or no? Yes? How many of you are for no? None of you are for no. See now, as I already gave you a small clue, these examples of understanding a creature better, and we are trying to apply the same in the materia medica. This is not scientific, okay, but it will help us understand and remember the remedy better. Okay. So tomorrow if somebody is very busy doing something, at least as a second year student, one remedy will come to your mind, and what is that remedy? That remedy is Apis. You see a person who is jealous, okay, one teacher praised your friend and you start feeling jealous, okay, done? Or you are very irritable, very angry, I will explain all that, fine, but at least before you look into the materia medica, looking at the bee or understanding the nature of the bee, you already know there could be few things coming up in the drug proving. Okay. So next 20-30 minutes we will try to explore. What are we trying to explore? We are trying to explore the mind symptoms of Apis mellifica. Okay. Like always, a simple question. What is that question? What is a mental symptom? We discussed what a characteristic symptom is. We discussed what a particular symptom is. Okay. Now the question is, what is a mental symptom? Symptoms which are pertaining to mind. Okay. You know, we are made in two parts, mind and body, the physical body and a dynamic this thing. So what you need to understand here is, body can produce some symptoms, fine, what we call it as the particular symptoms. Similarly, there will be something related to the mind, and these symptoms are what we call it as mental symptoms. Can I have some quick examples for mental symptoms? Simple examples. Huh? Irritability, beautiful, anger, huh? Depressed. Good, okay, I am sorry I didn't hear you. Sadness, depression, confusion, yes. Hallucination. You think, you see a thread there, you see a rope there, and what do you think? Oh, snake. So like, being happy, why sad? Being happy, joyful, cheerful. My friend, if you say, describe yourself, sir, this guy is a very cheerful guy. That girl, sir, very dangerous, sir. Why dangerous? Because, sir, we never know how our mood is, sir. 2 minutes he is laughing, next 2 minutes we can't predict. Very moody girl. So being moody is also a mental symptom. Fine? Okay? Being helpful. I mean, you got a lot of symptoms to do with mind. As you grow with homeopathy, you realize there are a lot of things. Jealousy, suspiciousness, fine? Anger, okay? Fear. I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that. You see a cockroach and you start jumping. Fine? More than cockroach flying, you start jumping more. Okay? I mean, each of us will have our own fears. Fine? So all these things, they come under mentals. Confidence. Few of you are very confident. Few are not at all confident. Few of you are very truthful. Sir, zindagi mein I never tell lies. And few of you are exactly opposite. जिंदगी में आज तक कभी सच नहीं बोला हूँ सर मैं, सच ही बोल रहा हूँ, कभी सच नहीं बोला हूँ मैं. So people who never tell truth, They are all different individuals. And this is a very important aspect in homeopathic prescription. Fine? Because mind is very dangerous. Why it is dangerous? When you ask somebody to describe about themselves, who will tell the negative things about them? They might be the worst people. But how will they present to you? Tell me something about you. Me? I am the coolest person. I am the best. Fine? Okay? These are the words they use, and it can be very misguiding. Okay? So, as you grow, you will slowly understand the art of eliciting mental symptoms. Okay? You will understand that a little later. Let me not jump to that part. But what I am trying to focus today is one integral part of homeopathy or homeopathic prescription is mind. In allopathy, anything to do with mind, you are termed to be a psychic patient. Right? You are termed to be a psychic patient. You talk a little more, then the physician will refer you to Department of Psychiatry. Go to room number 11. You go to room number 11 and then they would have written Department of Psychiatry. I laughed a little too much, or I spoke a little too much, or I was looking a little depressed. So this physician says, no, this is not my case. This case should go to room number 11. I don't know what is there in room number 11. We assume room number 11 is a psychiatric room. Right? So this is a beautiful part. So what I want you to understand, this being a first drug to you students, the enthusiasm that we showed in explaining the body, the same enthusiasm should hold good when you understand or when somebody is talking about the mental symptoms of a remedy. Okay. You have given me a few mental symptoms. We'll just see. I have few for you. Somebody told B is a busy creature. What makes you feel B is a busy creature? See, and again, if you just look into Wikipedia, there's a lengthy description about honeybee. And one section of Wikipedia says the bee, they are divided into 3 groups. One is the queen bee, and the second one is drones, the male, and the third one is worker group, the females. They are divided into 3. Queen is the top, highest. Queen will not do anything. Its only duty is to have fun. Fine? And she decides with whom she will mate. And I was also reading Wikipedia, and it says she will not mate from the male bee of the same colony. You getting my point? Oh. Good. Boys will be feeling, okay, no, we will not divert, but what I am trying to tell you is, they will not mate from the male bee of the same colony. So it goes in search and it picks up. See, it picks up whom she wants to mate with. And in the process of mating, the male bee will die. This is how the honey bee is. See now, the only duty of queen bee is that, and queen bee has been very nicely taken care by the other female what we call worker bees. And then of course you have the drone bees which will take care of the hive and bring the nectar and all those things. So they are beautifully categorized, fine, into different sections. Okay, no male bee will have guts to approach the queen. Okay, only the queen has the guts to approach, not from the same colony. Kochi, you go. I am going to a different colony, and I pick up the guy I want. Fine, so they will not look into that. See, these are all the things that will also tell us about how an Apis mellifica lady will be. Don't only listen to the story I am trying to tell. The story I am trying to tell has something behind it, and that is what I want you to understand. And we already saw in the female genitalia of Apis mellifica. What was that? Apis mellifica has increased sexual desire. We will talk about all those things. So, what made you think of the bee being very busy? from what we have seen, bee always keep moving from one flower to the other flower in search of nectar, in search of honey. Fine. So it's always a very busy creature. It will be making that sound and it will keep going from one flower to another flower. Very busy. Only busy, or one more thing that will come to your mind. Very good, beautiful. They are very restless. They can't sit in a place. They have to keep moving. Good observation. They are restless. They are hard working. They are busy. 3 points you already got. And yeah, they are hard workers. Especially the worker group, no. I mean, if you read Wikipedia, they beautifully narrate what duties they do. Okay, all those things are beautifully narrated. So they are hard workers, and you see this constantly they keep flapping their wings. So this also is something. They are very restless and very nervous creature. And surprisingly, you will see the same things coming up in the drug picture of Apis mellifica. Okay, so and see, there is something called as awkward. I will explain a little later. But for time being, bees, honey bees can be awkward because they commonly drop. If you just recall, one important function of honeybee, apart from collecting the nectar, is it also helps in pollination. One flower to another flower. So when they are collecting the pollen, they can also drop. Okay, they can also drop. Remember this. After 10 minutes, I will explain the situation in Apis mellifica. They are awkward. Yeah, this is what I was trying to tell you. Or one of your friends said, queen bee, not all honeybees. Queen bee is the most jealous organism in nature. Hence, Apis mellifica patient is also very jealous and very suspicious. Slowly we will try to understand why jealousy, why suspiciousness in Apis mellifica. Now what I am trying to tell you here is, I am trying to give you the basic character of honeybee, and in the next slide we will try to compare. Hope I am clear. Okay. See, females who require Apis mellifica, they behave like a queen. They behave like a queen. Very proud, very arrogant. Why they are proud, they are arrogant? Because they imagine themselves to the queen, and queen is known to be arrogant. Very rarely we see queens who are down to earth. In movies they show down to earth, feeding poor people, but in reality, queen, generally that's how it is. It's there in the blood. They are very dominating, fine. They are very arrogant because they are the queen. Fine. So they are very difficult to please. Apis women, they are very difficult to please. Very discontented, very dissatisfied women. Dissatisfaction could be even sexually. Very good. I was little hesitant to tell, but your friend gave me some support. They are hard to please even sexually. That's why they keep jumping, or that's why they can also have extramarital affairs. We'll discuss a little later. Yeah, they have intense sexual desire. They have increased sexual desire. Okay. See, beautifully taken again from the Google. Queen bee practices polyandry. Polyandry means one female mating with many males. Okay, fine. And probably this is what you also see in Apis mind, that they have increased sexual desire. We already saw that. They are nymphomaniacs. Fine. Very difficult to satisfy them sexually. Could be Apis mellifica. Okay. Now we saw this. I told you under PQRS, honeybee does not like to be touched, does not like to be interfered. It is busy doing its duty and it wants you to let it go. Please leave me. When we go meddle with it, touch it, it will not like it. Touch aversion. They will not like to be touched. Okay? Sensitive to touch. So these are a few points. I have taken from Google related to the nature of the honeybee. Now the next challenge is we are trying to apply this and see what mental symptoms we have in Apis mellifica. Now before I talk to you about mind of Apis mellifica, is the PowerPoint that I was trying to share with you, is that clear? Okay. Now we just apply. Now what is it that you got an idea from? What I have told you. How could an Apis mellifica lady be? How is she emotionally? She is hard to please. She is a very discontented female. Good. You can make a note of this. Discontented, dissatisfied female. Good. Any other symptoms that will come up? Huh? Yeah, she feels herself to be a queen. Very arrogant, very haughty lady. Fine? Very arrogant and very egoistic lady. Could be Apis. Very another. Huh? What is it? Okay, they have intense sexual desire. We'll discuss that. You were talking of something. Anger. They are very irritable. Very angry people. So we start with Apis mind, and what we see is Apis is very irritable. Apis is very irritable. Not only irritable, Apis is very frightful, a very fearful person. We will see a little later what the fears are. They are fearful, they are irritable, and what is this? Very busy, meaning they are the kind of people who can do 2-3 jobs at a time. They are always doing something, multitasking, and what they are doing might be of use or it may not be of use. So there is something called as busy fruitlessly. Please understand, in Apis there is something called as busy fruitlessly. When you are busy, you are doing something, you should yield something, no? So you are busy, you are doing something, but what is the outcome of you being busy? Nothing. Fine? Many times you have kids telling, Amma, I am very busy, Amma. You call them, what are they doing? They will be putting all the papers around, cutting, doing this, that and all waste stuff, nothing useful. Burden to the mother, she has to keep cleaning. But what is the child telling? I am very busy, Ma. Don't disturb me. Very busy. Fine? So people who are busy, positively they can be busy, or they are busy without any yield, without any use. So that is what we call it as fruitlessly busy. Okay? They are busy without yielding any fruit. So busy people, and you can also see them being very restless, very nervous, irritable. So these are the basic mental symptoms you have in Apis mellifica. Okay? Am I clear? Fine, first class. Then going slow. If I go more slow, you will all doze off. Okay, anyway, we will continue. Now, we will talk of irritability. What brings on irritability in Apis mellifica? Why do they get irritated? Huh? Very good, beautiful. When touched. Huh? Anything they don't like. See, irritable when questioned. Irritable when questioned. Okay? You ask them some question and they may get irritated. Irritable when contradicted. That's what your friend was trying to tell. You are doing something against them. Okay? You know, I don't like you doing something. So what do? You do what I don't like. And in the bargain, how am I reacting? I get very irritated. So irritated when questioned, irritated when contradicted. And see another line. For example, he is sick. He is sick. Apis patient is sick. You go to visit. Fine? And he is so irritated. What is he trying to tell you? He says, sir, doctor, please go away. I am fine. Please go away. Okay? Because naturally the doctor will start touching, checking him and all those things, which he will not like. A better remedy, I want you to remember here in this situation, is arnica. Is the name of a remedy. Okay? In brackets, you can write arnica. Somebody when they do arnica, they will be telling you the same situation. Arnica patient is highly irritated, he will send the doctor away, go get out, I got nothing, I am absolutely fine. He has got 104 fever. But what is arnica telling? I am fine. Perfectly fine. Who called you? Fine. Why did you call? He might start scolding his wife. I am fine. But when you keep the temperature, the thermometer is showing 104. Okay, so that is arnica. Arnica is a better remedy than apis. Okay, arnica is a better remedy than apis. I just share a small case. Recently I was fortunate to treat a lady with bad UTI, urinary tract infection. Fine. 80 to 100 pulses in the microscopic examination of the urine. Now what was that beautiful thing you have in apis? Urinary infections with, you have burning pains, you have stinging pain. One key word I had used in apis. What was that? Who was that? You need to be a bit louder. What was that one word which will emphasize apis? Edema. Good. She had bad swelling of her entire body. Fine. Whenever she gets UTI, she will get edema. See, don't ignore the symptoms given by your masters, Kent, Clark, Herring, E. F. Farrington, Borick. There are great people who have given their experience. And same way you have people coming to your clinic. And I told you, edema is a key symptom in apis. 3-4 days back we had prescribed apis mellifica 200 to a lady with bad UTI, burning, fine, and edema. This combination, never ignore apis mellifica. Okay. What is told in your books, same way you have patients coming to your clinic. And this is the only science where we do experimentation or we do human provings. Fine. We don't do on guinea pigs, we don't do on rats and then treat the human being. You understand the hierarchy? Where is guinea pig? Where are we? Now you should feel like a king. We are human beings. Fine? You are getting my point. So this is the only science which experiments on human beings and treat the same human being. After you experiment on human being, you treat the same way to the dogs, to the apes, no issues. We don't do it reverse. Okay? So edema with any symptom, one remedy should be apis. We'll get back to the mind. It's not only irritability. Can you make out any difference here? This is a little more higher. Irritability is chidchidapan. Fine? And anger is gussa. You get angry. Anger is something higher. Fine? So they get angry. Angry or anger when touched. And what is or how is apis mellifica reacting in anger? Each of you might have your own way of reacting in anger. Anybody quickly how each of us do react in anger? You become very violent. Fine? Apis becomes very violent. Apis can go to the extent of rage. Highest degree of anger is rage. They can go to the extent of rage. Okay? But how is he reacting in anger? Each of us have our own way of reacting. Now how is apis reacting? Apis breaks things. Must be your friend was trying to tell. She was not loud, but she felt happy. Yes sir, I told this. Apis breaks things in anger. Fine? You have naxpamica, you have chamomilla, you have arnica, you have many remedies they will be teaching you. And each remedy will have its own way of reacting. Apis reacts by breaking things. Okay? Many times you should have seen people breaking mobiles, fine? Breaking TV, breaking TV remote, breaking their pencil pen, I mean a lot of things. Their belongings they tend to break. One remedy is apis. Apis is not the only remedy, mind you. Apis is the first remedy I am teaching you. There are many remedies. Apis is one remedy. So break things. Now this is what I was trying to tell you. Very prominent in apis. What is it? Huh? Very good. See, there is a word in English, clumsy. People from English medium, they understand this better. Clumsy. What is clumsy? Clumsy are people who are awkward. Like for example, many times we have a clumsy girl when she is serving. You see, she is putting it outside the plate or she is dropping. Not that she has issues with the vision. Vision is clear, but she drops. A guy has come to see her. So for example, tea. जहाँ नहीं डालना है वहाँ डाल देंगे. चलो. So clumsy, awkward, drops things. Very important. Women who are clumsy, who are awkward, and who drops things. In appeals, why do they drop things? Why do they drop things? Why are they clumsy? Clumsiness or awkwardness in appeals will come out of hurriedness. They are very hasty people. They want everything fast. Chalo, you want me to serve? Take. It fell in the plate, it fell in somebody else's plate, it fell outside, you are not bothered. Fine? So clumsiness in apis mellifica comes out of hastiness. Remember, clumsy, awkward, yeah. For example, they drop things, okay? And a fearful person. What is apis mellifica afraid of? What are the fears in apis mellifica? One, you already know, it is touch. Their fear of being touched. Good, one. Second, their fear of birds. Strong fear of birds. Birds. Okay? Fear of birds. So tomorrow you have a patient who says, sir, I can't, see. I mean, I'm very much afraid of birds. One remedy could be apis. Because there are many more remedies in your materia medica which has fear of birds. One is apis mellifica. Then they also have fear of being alone. Fear of being alone, fear of death. Okay? Fear of ghost, fear of death. So these are few fears you have in apis mellifica. Okay? Then we'll go ahead. Okay. So awkward drops things from haste. Yeah. Now again, apis has weeping tendency. People who keep weeping. Okay, they keep weeping. Yes, as a second year student, you will be told about remedies like pulsatilla, remedies like natronewol, remedies like sepia. Okay. Now, weeping day and night. In apis, they can weep day and night, and they can weep without any cause. There is no reason for weeping. Somebody hurt you, somebody hit you, boyfriend ditched you. You give n number of causes for everything. No. But why are you weeping? I really don't know. Fine? So people who keep weeping without any reason, weeping in sleep, weeping from sad thoughts. So these are few symptoms related to weeping of apis mellifica. Apis, now we'll come back to this part. Any quick guess what is it that I am trying to highlight? Jealousy. Okay. One of your friend rightly spoke of jealousy, and I also gave you from Google that the most jealous creature is apis queen. Sorry, bee. What is it? Queen bee. Queen bee is the most jealous creature. Now, why do they go into jealousy? What is that jealousy they have in apis mellifica? Very, very important. Students who have already referred books, can somebody think of the reasons why apis mellifica has jealousy? See, in apis, if you just see here, I'll just give you a small background of apis. I told you they are sexually very excited, fine, and sexually satisfying apis is very difficult. Okay. Now in apis mellifica, the jealousy is more in women. First point. The jealousy is more in women. Okay. We have Nakshamika. Somebody will talk of Nakshamika. In Nakshamika, the jealousy is more in men. Jealousy is more in men. I have 3-4 clinics, branches. Okay. And you feel jealous. Oh, this man has. This is more of a manly jealousy. Jealousy between men. Girl will never feel whether I have 4 clinics, unless I have got, or unless, I will not use the word unless her husband has some issues with other women, she might become jealous. But you growing professionally, it will not bother. But when there is a professional growth, men gets jealous. Right? So the jealousy in Nakshamika is mainly between men. And the jealousy in Apis Mellifica is mainly between women. First point. Now can somebody take this further? Why do they have jealousy in women? You have a beautiful image here. Okay, could be possessive, my husband. You mean to say this is her husband? Could be, we don't know. Could be. Fine. Or see, it could be her husband being a flirt with some other lady and she is feeling jealous. Normal, abnormal? Normal. If you don't feel jealous, okay, enjoy. That is abnormal. Fine. Then you will be a very lucky man. Okay, we'll come back. So what I was trying to tell you here is, assuming this is her husband. Fine. So this can also be a situation in Apis. Apis men or Apis husband is a very flirtatious guy. Any beautiful women he sees, he will go keep flirting. So naturally she will become insecure. Naturally she will start becoming jealous. Could be one situation. The second situation in Apis is, unfortunately she has lost her husband. It's not a reality, don't, I am seeing faces, who use her. She lost, poor lady. Don't get involved into the story so much. It's an image. This is our hypothetical thing. We are imagining so that you understand the concept better. Now what is it I am trying to tell you here is, assuming she is a young widow. Now what is the jealousy you have here? Jealousy is more sexual. She is jealous that she's got a very young guy, must be they are having a great time. So that is the jealousy they have in Apis. So Apis jealousy, I have few things to tell you here. First point, what is the first point? Jealousy in women. First point, jealousy in women. In that category, what is that? We have subgroup in young widows. Second point, what is it? Young widows. And jealousy is more sexual. Okay, fine. So must be she is missing that sexual intimacy, and she is jealous of her that she is getting everything. Okay, so sexual jealousy, suspiciousness are few things you have in Apis. Any questions at this stage? Hope it's all clear. Okay. Now the last very important point in Apis is they can be very indifferent. Indifferent means, any idea what indifference is? No idea. Any idea? No idea. Fine. See, indifference is not caring, not bothered, not caring. They are not caring. Fine. We have patients. We have father who is not bothered when the son is sick, when the daughter is sick, 102, 103 fever. He is bindas, he is sleeping. He is not caring. No sir, I don't care. Fine. So not caring, not bothering. For you at second year you can take this as indifference. Okay. Apis can be indifferent. Done? And this is what I was trying to correlate, that they have got increased desire, nymphomania. They are very obscene people. People with sexual thoughts. Fine. People who are lived, L-E-W-D, obscene, lived, and people with that sexual eye, anything they look at the sexual part, or their outcome is more sexual, right? So that kind of person is appeased. Increased desire, and who can cheat husband. What is it? Women who can cheat, married women who can cheat husband, meaning women who can have extramarital affairs. Okay, could be apis mellifica. Done. So before I close, before we stop, a quick recap of what you have understood in the mind of apis. Now what did we do in the last 35-40 minutes is, I explained about the bee character, the honeybee nature. From there we tried to fit into the apis mellifica mental picture. So to sum up, they are very irritable, they are angry, they are tearful, and they are jealous. They are very clumsy. Good, right? Agreed. They are clumsy. They are very awkward. Yeah, busy. Busy could be on a positive note, or busy without any reason. Fruitlessly busy. That is also possible. Weeping, nervous, restless, dropping things, awkward, indifference, all these things. Yeah, they can be flirtatious, flirt. I had a case recently of a boy, 26, 27 years old boy. I appreciate my assistant for taking the case so beautifully, or for the patient being so honest and open, very agreed. That is a very flirtatious boy. He has a girlfriend, fine, but when he sees somebody beautiful, he cannot resist. Okay, though he's got a very active girlfriend, he is also there with her, Maihuna, but then office colleagues, somebody, or anywhere he sees some beautiful girl, he just tries to flirt, which ideally you should not do because you are already committed to a girl, but he cannot resist. So that is flirtatious behavior. Right? Okay. Yes, any quick inputs or anything you want me to repeat? All clear? So with this we end apis mellifica. I know we have taken long time, meaning we have taken many classes, but first drug I feel it is worth it. Next drug you will pick up things very easily. Okay? People behind? Okay, chalo, thank you. Thanks.